I've seen all this, guys. So let's find out what one perceived progressive section. I know the TYT, I know the Jimmy Dore and Dave Rubin. I've been all around it. It's not that I have for or against. It's not that I disagree with everything or agree with everything. I just want to see what they're saying about this. I don't want to be stuck in an echo chamber of what people perceive me to be right of centre. I don't even know what day it is sometimes, whether I'm right of centre, left of centre. Kind of isn't irrelevant when I just want to listen to what these have got to say. So we know the Sidney Sweeney jeans campaign blew up the internet. That's what they're saying. Yeah? It's on the TYT. Let's go into it.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
They do.
My genes are blue.
Sidney Sweeney has her genes.
But I'm going to see what these guys have got to say, because, yeah, it's true. Biologically, it's true. I've seen the way people who want to latch onto something. So, you know, when it's like that, it's like low-hanging fruit, really, isn't it? That's the easiest thing for me to accuse that of, to get my point, to make an argument that I think can't be defeated. I don't want to be reasoned with, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I'm not going to call anyone for having that point of view, because you could argue it's valid. But are you able to move forward with that and not see any other nuance? Let's see what these guys have said.
Ad for American Eagle has led to a bit of a kerfuffle, a debate, if you will, in regard to whether or not it's promoting...
She's being facetious, you can tell.
...racism or eugenic.
Not about the advert, but about the kerfuffle. She knows. I've seen her a few times. Ben Shapiro, recently on Tucker Carlson, and a couple of other things. And I don't even agree with my own family, so I'm not going to agree with all of her views. But on things I've seen, and it might be that I'm getting biased, confirmation bias, because somebody's brought her on thinking they're going to agree. I found it to be relatively reasonable. I've not watched the Young Turks for years in a row and all that, so maybe I'm wrong, guys. But from what I've seen, she holds strong points, but she's willing to listen. I saw that on Tucker, who you'd think she'd run a million miles from. So let's see what she's got to say.
Next, which I think is a bit of a stretch, but let me give you all the details and you can decide for yourself. So this is a new ad campaign featuring wildly popular actress Sidney Sweeney. She is pretty good at selling products, which makes me understand why any brand...
I'd seen her in The Immaculate before I saw any of this. So I kind of liked it as a little horror story. Yeah, it was good. Quite brutal ending. It's not a bad film. Not a bad film at all. And in that, is it Echo Valley? Is it Echo Valley recently with Julianne Moore? That was okay. Yeah, she played a dislikable character with an arc of redemption, but not really. I like that. What else have I seen her in? I'm sure. So, yeah.
And would want her to be front and center of their advertising campaign. But the campaign circles around the tagline, Sidney Sweeney has great genes, spelled Jeans, right? Which can be also, genes can have a double meaning like genes, you're born with good genes.
And in the billboards, as you saw there, genes in the DNA version is cut out, right? Or crossed out, and then genes as in the pants is filled in.
Help me out, guys. The same phonetics, different spelling can mean two different things. It's not an oxymoron, which is like oxo. What's the word? Come on. There's a word that describes it. I'm not going to look it up because you guys will tell me in the comments if you see this. So it sounds phonetically the same, but spelled different and means two completely different things. It's like when you say there and there. It's what you apply it to.
It's a play on words. We got it.
Yeah.
It's not.
So she's beautiful. Obviously, she has good genes in terms of like how it has led to her physical appearance. And people have taken issue with that. So many people believe the nod to her great genes.
She may have got good genes, but she didn't devour like me in my early life until I was 50. She didn't devour 3 burgers a day and weigh 19 stone. The good genes have to be worked on. You might be genetically beautiful, but you can still turn yourself into a blob. You can still put lip filler in. I don't know what she's got. It doesn't look like it. So yeah, you might get that initial kickstart, but you have to maintain it. It's interesting.
Is the brand flirting with the idea of eugenics, white supremacy, and Nazi propaganda? Mostly because she is white, blonde, with blue eyes, and of course, those are the women that should be banned from all advertising. Okay, like I don't understand what this argument even is.
Yeah. So we're asking you guys.
Yeah, she does. She does know what the argument is. She just doesn't agree with it. I'm not saying she's being dishonest. I would say I understand what the argument is, but I just don't agree with it. I don't care how much you hit me in the face with it. Don't agree. You're stretching, you're reaching, or you're latching on with your ideologically driven is blocking you from all nuance. Or even a play on words. There's no play on words because you won't allow it.
On the live chat shows live 6 to 8 p.m. every day. Do you believe that ads are promoting eugenics? Yes or no? Okay, so now I'll start to weigh in. I'm split 2/3 no, but 1/3 saying yes. All right, so guys, if they we're talking about how white people
150 votes. That's not a good sample size. How old were they? What gender were they? Where were they from? It's kind of odd. Okay, for discussion purposes, you can make something of it. At least there's an indicator, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
and only white people or all white people have good genes, I'd be like, whoa, what the hell is that? Okay, maybe eugenics, all that stuff. But white people are also allowed to have good genes.
No, not allowed.
Right. If you say only white people, that's crazy, right? But if you say no, if you're going to do an ad, and my guess is if they were going to do this ad 2 years ago or 5 years ago, they would. This is why it's an interesting topic. I think they would not have put a white person in that ad. I think that they would have had a conversation with the advertising executives, et cetera, and they would have decided, people will say that we're being racist or eugenics or Nazi or something. So if we're gonna say someone has good genes, we should make it a minority. Okay, that's my
But they're saying it anyway, right?
guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a pretty decent read of that culture, okay? So now white people are also allowed to have good genes, okay? And folks are
This is
saying,
so crazy.
guys, it's a play on words.
You're not allowed to have anything. You get what you're given. I mean, you can mess around with it. You can, I guess, designer babies and all that nonsense. Or you can, it's like, I guess, genetics with genetics, you know, two supermodels date. Maybe there's a high ratio. I'm not a biologist, but it's not a guarantee. You get what you're given. You just have a higher probability. But there's beautiful people who come from average couples. There's very tall people who come from, it skips generations, all that. I'm no geneticist, but I'm sure it's reasonably for me to say that.
Words, it's a play on words. If this is the hill you're choosing to die on, you're doing great damage.
So
because it annoys everyone.
yeah, it does. It does. It is annoying. It's incredibly annoying. She is a popular actress who is helping brands sell their product. That's why they chose her. And she happens to have good genes. She is an attractive woman.
Yeah.
White women are allowed to be attractive as well. Okay, like what is this? But anyway, Washington Post style memo newsletter writer Shane O'Neill wrote in response to the ad, the first thing I thought of when I heard the tagline, Sidney Sweeney has great genes, was the DHS Instagram account, which posted a subtly racist painting a few weeks ago and an explicitly racist painting last week.
I don't believe you.
But
I don't know what it is. But
Stupid background noise, just somebody jumping on a bandwagon. I hope they dismiss it.
But that's your problem, Shane.
Yeah,
that's your
exactly.
problem.
Well
It's
done.
your problem that you saw an ad and you immediately thought of the DHS posting something that you also found to be racist on.
Yeah, look at the dots. What animal do you see? You're looking for an animal. Behave yourselves.
On X or Twitter or whatever. Like, not everything is a racist dog whistle.
No.
This ad is not a racist dog whistle.
Okay, good.
In fact, it seems pretty racist to me that people immediately get offended and are up in arms.
She's cooking. Let's hear that again. She's heading towards it. Why is it so long? Because She's winning. You're winning. Don't go longer. Just cut it there.
Oh,
In fact, it seems pretty racist to me that people immediately get offended and are up in arms because the person in the ad happens to have light skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair. Who cares?
Said it 9 times.
Can I just say something there? I thought DHS for a second she was referring to some brand or something. Department of Homeland Security.
Yes.
Okay. So look, this is a good exercise, right? So when Department of Homeland Security or ICE goes after an undocumented immigrant who is a criminal and was convicted, that is not racist, okay? When ICE picks up a random Latino person who's actually a legal resident here,
Or an American citizen.
Or an American citizen, or any of those folks who are perfectly legal here, and then deports them to a country that they're not from, like El Salvador, that is racist, okay? And if you're saying, as a Republican, no, it's not. Guys, they're not picking up Norwegians, right? And they're not picking up, in that case, in that hypothetical.
So would they pick up visa overstays? Even if it was Norwegian? If a visa overstay then reported back to went to the airport to leave and then tried to come back, they won't get in, right, will they? Visa overstays don't get back in. And they can get asked to leave. I'm not saying they're going to snatch them up on the street, it's a whole different context, but which way is he going with this?
And which is real, they're not picking up people who are undocumented or criminals. It's a perfectly documented person, but they're like, Latino, round them up, right? Racist. But when you get to this ad, which is not racist on its face, but you are interpreting it as racist because it's about a white person. If a white person has good genes, that must mean eugenics and Nazis, etc. When you do that, you lose, no one believes you, and you lose the credibility when you say ICE is being racist when they pick up random Latinos who are legally here. Then people stop listening to you and they don't believe you when you.
So you could have just said the little boy who cried wolf. When the wolf did arrive, he cried it that many times. When it did arrive, everyone got eaten. Just say that. I have to talk for another 2 minutes. Guess you're filling airtime.
You need them to believe you on things that are important and real.
Pick your battles. It's that simple. Pick your battles. And in my opinion, this is not the hill to die on. Look, let's talk about what's actually offensive, okay? What I find very offensive about this ad, there's 2 things actually, is number 1, Sidney Sweeney needs to make statements and not make every sentence a question. Number 1, I find that offensive.
Come on, you're winning.
Number 2,
quit.
What is that outfit? You're trying to sell your jeans and that's what you're dressing her up in? Unacceptable.
I don't know why it's so baggy.
The baggy jeans are not for me, they're for other people, okay? The beautiful curves of a woman.
Yeah.
Whether she's more curvaceous, less curvaceous, a woman's body, beautiful.
Go for it,
Let's
you're a
show
woman.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, the baggy jeans, and then jean on jean violence, I don't allow it, okay? You gotta pick, either you're gonna wear the jean jacket or you're gonna wear the jean pants. But you can't have it both at the same time. It's unacceptable.
So I'm coming at it in a way that.
Stop now, stop, don't talk. You've poked fun at it. She's rounded it up. Why is there another 3 minutes of talking? Why? Why? You've just made the joke, absolutely rounded it off there for its absurdity, in her opinion, which is kind of reasonable. She's made a good joke. She's had a good pun. She's played with it. Why are you talking more? Why?
In a funky place that I'm not sure a lot of people are, which is that I think it is partly because of the Trump era that they're now willing to put a white person in an ad that they would normally put.
Oh God, anything you can do, I can do better. There was no need, you didn't need to talk. You could have rounded it up by saying, and that's a wrap. Yeah, because you'd made your point, in my humble opinion. There's still like another 2 minutes,
A minority in, right? So because they'd be too nervous and touchy about saying good white people have good genes. But I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think that we should all be equal. Like, guess what? Sorry to everyone who hates me. I have good genes. Not in terms of attractiveness, but in other regards, right? My logical reasoning is excellent. But it's not exclusive to Turks, and it doesn't exclude Turks. So you can stop excluding white people from things that are good and positive. And I get it, in the past,
stop pointing out that we should be included. Stop talking about it. You had the joke. You should have finished. I mean, intellectually, he's not. He's playing with it a bit longer than he should. He's not kind of wrong, but she shut it down. It was done.
It was. You'd only associate, the media would only associate things that were positive with white people. I get.
Well, I'm done there. They're just going to go on about the same points. Yeah. Whether you believe them, I don't know enough about them. I've seen Anna Kasparian talk before. I've not seen much of this guy, a couple of Screamy episodes. But again, I don't know him well enough to criticise him, to argue the merits of his arguments and whatever he believes in progressively. It was okay, it was fine. It doesn't join in with the crowd, but you had them. You had your point made when she made the joke. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should she have quit when she made the joke? That's my point. I'll post it. Till next time, guys. Take care.